Hi there. Okay, in this video we're going to learn how to mount out the butterflies, and in order to do that you need some basic equipment. These are our mounting boards that we use. They're made out of balsa wood. They are 3 pieces of wood. This is a back piece with 2 front pieces attached to it to show a small groove. Balsa wood is very soft, so you can pin the insect into the wood and not struggle too much with it. The pins that I like to use, these are insect pins. You can get them at entomological supply places. But since I like to take my butterflies off of the pin when I frame them, I use these 1.5" stainless steel pins that you can get at Joann's or Walmart or any other place that sells pins. You will need a pair of tweezers, and then you will also need some smaller pins to pin the wax paper around the wings. So these butterflies right here have been in softening solution for about 3 to 4 days. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount one of them out. This is a Morpho. Now this Morpho is soft, it's pliable. You can see that when I squeeze the body, the wings open a little bit. So what I do is I take my tweezers and I open the wings up to allow me to get a pin, very, very carefully reach inside, locate the center of the body, pin through the middle of the body, and then take the butterfly and position it on the board so that when I spread the wings, I'll be able to open them up all the way. I then again take the tweezers, I push down very carefully using just my fingertips, open the butterfly up all the way. The way I like to do it is I take the left side and I pull the wax paper down over one side of the wing. I don't care where the wing is at this point because all I'm trying to do is stabilize the butterfly in place while I work on the other side. So then, now this is stabilized. Notice I do not put the pins through the wings. I put them on wax paper. This is wax paper attached to the top of the board with a row of pins. I then take the tweezers and touching only the top vein, I pull the top wing into approximately the position that I want it to be when the butterfly dries. I gently hold that part in place, and then I tend to do the bottom wing at the same time. You don't have to do the bottom wing at the same time, but I find it to be easier for me. I then pull the wax paper down very tightly over the positioned wing, and then take the small pins and pinning close to the wing, but not through the wing, I hold the wax paper in place so that it's finished setting the right side of the butterfly in place. So then I go back to the left side that I just held in place temporarily. I take those pins out and I repeat the procedure where I lift the wax paper on that side, slide carefully underneath it with the tweezers. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Put the wing in place where it needs to be. Check it for position, and then adjust the bottom wing. Put the wax paper back down over the butterfly, hold it firmly in place, take my other pins and put them around the edges of the wing, in the wax paper, not through the wing. Once you've done this, you have an opportunity to check to see if both wings are even. And I actually did not do that really well. As you can see, this wing is higher than this side over here. So I'm actually going to lower the whole thing a little bit, which means I'm going to adjust this side completely. So in this case, I can let it slip down a little bit. Hopefully it'll cooperate with me. If not, you just go back and just start over again that side. There, I think this is a little bit more even. There, that's much better. That'll actually be fine because when you mount the butterfly, you can see the body will be right here and you'll have a level line across. So again, I put the pins into the wax paper as close to the wing as possible to hold everything in place. When this butterfly is dried, when you take it out, you can position it wherever it is that you're going to be mounting it. I like to use longer pins for the antenna. Don't forget to mount out the antenna. So I gently come in here, put the antenna down in a more or less natural position, and pin the antenna into place where I want them to dry. There. So this right here, now when it dries, let's put a little extra pin in there. When this dries into place, you'll be able to take the pins off, take the wax paper out, and the butterfly will look just like this. We're going to do one more butterfly. Again, I take the butterfly, it's been softened for several days. This is a Papilio bloomi. I'm going to open it with the tweezers to give myself a little bit of a gap. I'm going to get my center pin, carefully slide my hand in there, put the pin through the body, pick up my wax paper, put the butterfly in the center groove, take the tweezers, push down a little bit so that the body is even, so that the wings are level. Again, I start with anchoring the left-hand side. Then I take the right-hand side, put the wing into place, put the lower wing into place, pull the wax paper tight, take my small pins, pin the wing into place. And this has to be done securely. I'm pulling the wax paper with my left hand at this point so that I can keep the wing in place, so that so it doesn't get loose and slip. So now the right hand side's in place. I go through the same procedure with the left hand side. Slide the tweezers under the wing I use the top vein to anchor the tweezers, because you don't want to grab the wing in the middle or you'll tear the wing. I then bring this bottom wing up. Try to make it approximately even with the other side, which is about right there. Again, when you put the tweezers on the wing, try to aim for veins. At areas where there's veins, the wing is a little bit more sturdy. Also on this butterfly, what you're seeing is a little bit of brown discoloration there where it's not quite as green. That's because the wing is a little bit wet. As this butterfly dries, in about 5 minutes, the green will start to come back. If you leave the butterflies in the softening solution for a little bit too long, some of the iridescent butterflies can turn brown like this. Usually that discoloration is not permanent. So in this case, I have the body is sticking up a little bit, kind of by accident. So I want to take 2 pins, crisscross them, pull the body down, and I'm going to take a couple more pins, put the antenna into place, right there, like this, and see that one's over a little bit. I don't really like that, so I'm going to take another pin, go in here. It helped if my pins were straight. And there you go. So that's a Morpho and a Papilio bloomi mounted out.